What up guys, how you doing? It is Lasty here. Welcome to the new World Cup mode. Yes, we've all got it now. Well, unless of course you are still downloading it. I wanted to do a couple of things in this extra video for you today, talking about squad building challenges and also the new duplicate storage. So, what we've got here is a way for us to store duplicates that we get within packs, and you can store up to 100 of them. And this is the first time that I'm really giving you all this information and stuff, just so you know what you're doing when you go into Ultimate Team on the World Cup mode for the first time. So as you can see, this is my main account, so I've been doing lots and lots of packs, and I've packed quite a few things a number of times. So like I've got a duplicate Martial right here. The first thing I would say about that is that yes, we're probably going to put Martial through an SBC, because that's what duplicate storage is for. You know, you are saving these players until you want to run them through an SBC. Now some of these lower rated ones like the 77s you can put through some of the upgrade SBCs like the Europe upgrade, and that will give you like 3 European guaranteed players. Or let's say for, I don't know, I've got a pretty good one in here somewhere. Let me try and find it. Mertens. I've got a couple of Mertens, right? So I would probably keep him in my duplicate storage just in case somewhere down the line we get an SBC which requires a relatively high rating or something. I would store him for a little bit longer just in case I needed him for that. So eventually what you'll end up doing is getting rid of like the 70 odd rated or the 60 odd rated players that you put in your duplicate storage, and keeping these ones up and building up the good packs, or the good players, until you can stick them through a more expensive SBC along the way. But let's just take that Martial for example. Where was he? I think he was on, there he was. If let's say you had played with Martial on FUT World Cup, and then you got a duplicate, but you wanted to put the duplicate through the SBC that you're about to do, rather than the one where you've got like a player bio and you've got goals and games played and goals scored and all of that, what you can do is just swap that duplicate with the one in your club. So then the one with all the goals and assists for your club will now be in the duplicate storage. You can put the fresh one through the SBC, and then once you've done that, you can come back to the duplicate storage, fish him out, and stick him back in your club. So that's the first thing I'll say. Now, the next thing is, if you're like me and you've filled up your duplicate storage, a good way to go about it, and to start relieving it, is to take note of some of those players that are in there, and then go through to squad building challenges, and go ahead and like rinse a few of the SBCs. So for me, because I've got a full duplicate storage, I can afford to do some of these more like the more difficult SBCs. They're not difficult, but they pay out rewards rather than the upgrades, which just pay out a couple of extra players. So these are good right here. Like Europe upgrade is good. If you have those lower rated duplicates that you just want to remember the names of, because take a little look. Oh, I've gone out instead of into the actual SBC. Like, take a look. All you need here is 25 chem and 11 players. This can be 11 of your worst players on the game, and you'll be just fine. So that's brilliant. You know, that will give you the ability to rinse through rubbish that you're never going to use, to get like 3 European players, which can then add to your team and hopefully get someone good. So those are what the upgrade packs are all about. The Confederations, which we're actually going to complete today, are going to offer you coins. Now, on this account for me, it doesn't make a huge amount of difference. All it does is means that I can go back to the dupe storage and then pull some of them players back into the club, and I'll get some coins for my troubles. But on the road to glory, when I'm eventually able to complete stuff like this, it's going to offer out coins, which means I can then buy more packs or enter draft or something like that, and it's just another way for me to then keep on going. So in the Europe one, I've stuck a bunch of players in, and I had Martial here, so I can just go Europe left mid, and there we go. Martial's going to come in, and I'm actually going to submit him. I know he's relatively high rated, but we do need an 80 rated squad here for the Europe SBC, and you need exactly 11 European players and 90 chem. Now the difficult thing about this is that players don't come out of packs with loyalty, so a lot of players are going to be on 8 chem. I've discussed this in a different video. If you want to watch that, there'll be a link in the top right. However, the way around this and not having to get loyalty on your players to then get up to the 90 chem is just do what I've done here, right? Use a couple of French players in a row, and then like these 3 together here give Martial enough links for me to then go ahead and submit him. I could also have used like a Portuguese goalie here, would have then, with the 2 centre-backs being Portuguese, would then offer out 10 chem on a couple of players there, meaning that we'd boost over that 90 chem requirement. So I'm going to go ahead and submit the squad. Yes, I know that they'll be permanently removed from my club, and I've completed the Europe SBC. Now for that, I get 12,000 coins. I wish maybe I would have got like a pack as well within the store to open, but so be it. This one is more for like Road to Glories, I guess, but you know, that's useful as well. So now I can go ahead and move into my duplicate storage. Let's go and find that Martial. There he is, first player on there. So I've used him now. I can go in, stick that one back in my club, and now my club has a Martial in it once again. And then Vass was also another player. Did I get rid of Zuba? No. So you can then just keep going through here until you find someone that you've already used, and then boom, stick them back in your club, and that starts to empty out the duplicate storage whilst keeping your club at the same level that it actually was. So that's really good. Now, let's just move on and do a couple more of these Confederation SBCs, and then I'll finish off with the icon one for you, because I'm yet to have done that on my account. So South America. So basically, I've been opening packs for the last hour or so, and I kind of roughly know which players I've packed just from opening every single one and kind of keeping a mental note of the players that I got. Like, I know I've had Giuliano a few times. I know I've got a duplicate backer. So I will go ahead and use these players right here. Once again, the player that gets 10 chem here is the goalie and, well, actually the right wing, and that means that I'm actually able to use a player that's not in the right position as it gets me up to that 90 chem. So if you're in the wrong position, 6 chem, but then if you've got a strong link, you know, or if you've got enough chemistry with the way it now works, right winger here is useful, goalkeeper link off to a centre back, that's useful as well. So 1 orange link and 1 green link when you've only got 2 links to somebody will be enough, but for Giuliano, it wouldn't have been enough. You know, he would have needed 3 out of the 5 links that he's got to be green in order for him to boost up to 10 chem. So I'm going to submit the South America, get 12,000 coins back for my troubles. I really like these graphics and stuff, by the way. They actually look sick. The game itself, I'm curious, actually. I'm curious about the replayability, because it feels like there's a lot of super teams right now. The differences in this game between playing it like this, like I'm doing on here, which is main account, so I'll happily spend FIFA points or just blow a load of my coins from regular FUT on packs here, and I'll have a super team in no time, like I probably already got one. And then the Road to Glory, it seems like it's going to be super grindy and super difficult playing up against super teams all the time, so there's no real middle ground, and I fear part of that is just because of like the pack weight and stuff, but that's also a fun part of the game as well, right, being able to get some pretty awesome players. So once again, I'm just going to go ahead and submit this. What's helped me here is actually I've got a 100 chem team. Like, having 3 Mexicans up front linking to each other means I've got enough chem there. Panama entire back line is great. You know, I could just get 10 chem with all of them as well. So we'll submit them and we're all good and dandy. And we get, what was that, 10,000 coins or something there? 8,000 coins for that one. Alright, fair enough. I also went on regular FUT earlier, guys, and bought up, like I spent 1.2 million on like 7 or 8 team of the season players, because the market has absolutely shat itself. It's shat the bed, it really has. There's just low cost players everywhere. I bought like a team of the season Mertens for 300k or something. 96 Mertens for 300k. Madness. But of course that's because people are panic selling to get on here to then open packs. So we've got this one here. This is Africa. This is just me doing the exact same thing. Players that get the 10 chem are the back line because it's a full Tunisian back line. But you'll notice that I've even got like an out of position player here, and we do just fine. You know, just about getting over that 90 chem. It's all about trying to get the players next to each other from the same nation so that they actually get that 10 chemistry as opposed to 8. Those graphics are really nice. I actually like them. You know, like the actual, like here for the Europe and then the Asia and stuff. I think they look really good. So let's go in and complete the final one now. I've got loads of like Japanese players in this squad. So easily we're at 100 chem. Let's submit it. Let's get 8,000 coins back. And now I know that I'm fully good to like go through my duplicate storage. And we'll very quickly do that here. It's within this area, isn't it? And I'm just going to quickly go through and just like get the players back that I already submitted there, you know. So I'll rejoin you in a moment when it's time for me to do my icon SBC. Alright guys, let's just move on to this national icon. I'll deal with my duplicate storage a little bit later. So basically what this allows you to do is to get yourself an icon for a 79 rated squad. 50 chemistry, so it's not going to be super difficult to actually build. And like, yeah, I've already done it on the Road to Glory. You'll see that tomorrow morning actually. So this is going to be pretty easy, I would say. Let's try and build it from like, I don't know, let's try and build it South America, just because I feel that there's less players over here that I'm likely to use, so it doesn't matter if I haven't already, like if I haven't got the duplicate storage version of that player available. Let's just build something. Like, we need to get up to the 79 rating, so I need to remember that. That guy's going to bring the rating down quite a bit, but hey, we can fill him in with like players that, you know, don't suit the position or whatever later on. Let's just go for, I know there's a duplicate Biglia in my thingy. This guy will happily do as well. You're a left mid. Strikers, let's just change it back to strikers and see what we've got now. I know I've got another backer. And then we will try Korea. So, I mean, that works right there. What about how far down the list can we go in terms of rating? Well, 76 works. So this is actually what we're going to submit. These players here, nothing super special, but we're going to get a free icon for it, which is nuts. And that's why you've probably seen a bunch of icons dotted around in game and stuff. So we'll submit that and get ourselves an icon, shall we? And shall we see which one we're going to get? Now, I've already packed two. In regular packs, I've packed Luis Hernandez and I've also packed Deco. So not great ones. But if we were to get a Brazil flag right now, I'd be so happy. Other than that, I just don't want a duplicate one just yet. You know, I want to get a lot of fresh ones. So 3, 2, 1, boom. Smash a like on the video, guys. And this is the icon that I'm going to get. I hope you have luck in yours as well. So please don't be one that I've already got. Come on, come on, come on. Portuguese Cam. All right, fine. It's okay. It's not the greatest, but it's not Deco. I get myself the 90 rated Rui Costa, who I'll definitely find a use for. No problem. Oof, look at that Nigeria kit. It's actually so sick, isn't it? 90 rated Rui Costa. Okay. Yeah, I can definitely deal with that. He's not a duplicate, which is the main criteria of what I wanted here. But of course, it could have been just so much better. Any Brazilian, you're going to get Ronaldinho, Pele, or R9 Ronaldo, and that's just mental. But yeah, I'll definitely take Rui Costa. That'll do me just nicely. So there you go, guys. That is a video based around SBCs, duplicate storage, and all of that stuff. I hope you now know what you're doing a little bit better within the game. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll catch you next time. Peace.